another day in Cappadocia, and today we are at Uçhisar Castle, which is not very far from where we're staying, probably like a 20-minute drive. It's in the town of Uçhisar, which is south of Görem. It is this giant castle that was carved into some natural rock, and it's actually the highest point in Cappadocia. There's some beautiful views from the top. You can see the entire landscape of Cappadocia from up there. There are some rooms you can walk through. There's stairs all the way to the top with a flag. So we drove up here. There's a little parking lot, like a really small parking lot, with not a lot of spaces, and it costs 20 lira to park. And we walk just a short distance over there and we'll be at the castle. We're gonna let Isla walk a little bit, give her a chance to be a good girl. She's feeling a lot better today. She's back to her usual self, her usual shenanigans. Been acting a little bit bratty today, but it's all right. Gonna let her walk. The baby will be on my back, and we'll get him loaded up now. You see some horses over there? Yeah. I see them too.
It's right here.
I see them. You got the ticket?
Here I got my ticket.
Good job. Let's go. He was knocking. You hear knocking? Knock, knock, knock. You gonna wave? Bye-bye. Yeah, it's gone. This castle is huge. It is 60 meters high, and it's the highest point in all of Cappadocia. It was built in the Byzantine Empire around the 4th century, and it used to house about 1,000 residents.
Sunglasses back on?
You want Daddy carry you?
No, Mom.
Mommy's not carrying you. Mommy's carrying baby. Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
You with Daddy help? Daddy help, come on. Good job.
I can't do it.
You're almost there.
Come on.
You see the flag up there? Look, we're almost there.
Almost there.
Yay! We made it!
do you see?
House. I see a house over here. I see some.
Careful.
Honey, on my hand.
Go ahead, Daddy will hold your hand.
I got loud. It's like
Okay, so we made it back to the car. Not before a stranger stopped us and said, hey, your baby lost a shoe. And luckily they were in the castle as well, because they said, we saw you at the top of the castle with his shoe still on. So it was good news for me because I had to head back. And so just went to the last place that we took pictures, and there it was.
Yep, so we just recently started putting shoes on Ethan because he started walking recently, and we did have a pair of shoes that fit him that we've had in the suitcase for months. So we started putting the shoes on him, and it's a little bit chilly now, so socks and shoes instead of bare feet. So yeah, must have just fallen off while we were taking pictures and walking around. So luckily we found it. So crisis averted.
Also had to try to explain to the guy that I already paid him.
Oh yeah, so I had the tickets. I just found the tickets to get inside. I had them in my pocket. So I was in the car with the kids, and Ryan ran back to the castle to go back in and look for the shoe. So Ryan didn't even have the tickets to show the guy, like, hey, I already paid. I was just in here. So, and he didn't speak any English.
But I paid with my phone, the card connected to my phone. Luckily I did that.
So you can show him that,
So I show him exactly where the transaction took place, the 240 lira and everything. And
all right, well,
here. So.
Crisis averted, found the shoe. So now we're off to the next place. We have driven about half an hour south of the Uçhisar Castle, and we are at Derinkuyu, which is an underground city. There are no less than 36 underground cities in Cappadocia, with this one being the largest and most popular. It is thousands of years old, being created in the 7th to 8th century BCE, and it was originally built as a refuge during the Byzantine Wars. It was later used by Christians fleeing persecution in the 14th century, and then later on by the Greeks fleeing periodic wars up to the 20th century. Since then, it has been abandoned, and it is now a huge tourist site here in Cappadocia. Derinkuyu Underground City is up to 18 stories and 280 feet deep in certain places, and it could house 20,000 people. It's also connected to another underground city called Cappadocia, which we saw on the way in. It's connected through a series of tunnels that stretch 8 or 9 kilometers. I don't believe that anyone can actually access those tunnels anymore, and there is not access to all 18 stories at this time. I believe when we go in, we can only access up to the 8th floor underground, but we will see when we get in there. Like I said, there's so many things in Cappadocia to do between castles, churches, underground cities, valleys, lots of hiking. There are tons of options if you're here. You could really spend a lot of time here. You could spend a few weeks here and have something to do every single day. But we are trying to do the most popular, the most interesting. We want to do a few good hikes. So we are here at the underground city, and the kids are sleeping, but I think we're going to wake them up because we're going to put them on our backs anyways, and they can just fall right back asleep. So let's head on in. ceiling. Watch your head. Oh, wow. Watch your head, Daddy. Wow. Got a duck to get through here. Is this cool? You gotta duck your head to go through all of the doorways. Watch the kids' heads. 20,000 people used to live here. I can just barely fit through the doorway.
I can't see unicorn.
You got your unicorn? Is unicorn in the city too? Wow. It's nice and cool down here at least. It's comfy in here, she said. You got a duck. You're gonna be okay. Right?
The kids are coming.
They're coming. Alright. Are you gonna fit? This is real difficult with the kids. We had to take Isla down because we're hitting her head on the ceiling.
We didn't hit her head. We were close.
We almost hit her head on the ceiling. It's
Yeah, we hit our heads, Daddy.
getting pretty tight. Move the baby to the front. Now Isla's gonna walk a little bit. Just to make sure she doesn't hit her head because this is really narrow. Yeah, this is really narrow.
You see on my road.
This is a one-way tunnel with 100 steps. Your shoes are lighting the way.
And my shoes are white too.
It's getting smaller and smaller.
Mommy, and I need to watch my unicorn.
Yeah, watch your unicorn. Don't bump her head. All right, so now we're all ducking. Yikes. Don't be cut, buddy.
I can't.
Look over here.
Yeah.
So before Mary climbs,
Come on, Isla. Did we make it?
Yeah.
Made it to the bottom. God. What is it? Is it a tunnel? Wow, tunnels. Picture of it. What is it?
Is that a church?
Oh, just like a... Oh, the cross. Huh. That's really you gotta really climb in there to get to the church. You came back! What did you see?
Oh, yeah. My handphone. Get that.
She said, Daddy, hold my hand. It's okay, baby. I know it's dark. We're almost at the top. just keeps getting worse and worse. Having fun? Whew. Definitely a workout. Definitely a workout, huh, girl? It's exhausting.
Dini okul olarak kullanılmış. Burada çok net gözüküyor. Mesela da yaptıktan sonra solda dört geçip geçip aramızda alışıyoruz. Aynen demin yaptığımız gibi çıkıyoruz.
I fight and you go fight after.
Go ahead. Go. Go. What is it?
The eye fit.
Eye fist. Wow, look at you. Where are you?
And
You're in the underground with the unicorn.
yeah, my hand was going in. Yay, 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 yay. Yeah.
What are you doing? Peekaboo.
My turn, my turn. My turn, Mommy. My turn to peekaboo.
Peekaboo.
It's my turn to peekaboo.
See the sunlight. Freedom. Freedom. There it is. There's the exit. So we just finished up at Derinkuyu Underground City. It was super cool. Definitely a very unique experience. I can't say that we've ever been in an underground city before. So it's definitely a new experience for us. Really cool place. Don't really recommend it if you have young kids. There's a lot of stairs, there's a lot of tunnels, and these tunnels and entryways are really, really narrow and really short. So you're ducking really low to get through these tunnels and to get through some of the entrances just to not hit your head. And we had both the kids on our backs, which proved problematic pretty soon after getting inside. Because there was a couple times Isla's head was very close to hitting the top of the rocks, even with Ryan bent all the way down, and then I was afraid I was gonna hit the baby's head when I bent down. So we were actually halfway down one of the long tunnels of stairs, and there was a little opening where we could stand up fully, and we decided to just switch the kids around. So I threw the baby on my back, and then Isla, we decided to let her walk, which she was pretty behaved for the most part. She did really good. She got a little scared a few times because it's really dark down there and it gets pretty narrow and tight little spaces. So she got a little scared, but she did good overall. So if you have young kids, I don't really recommend it. I mean, we did it. We did it with a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old. I carried the baby on my front the entire time, and Isla walked. But it didn't take very long, maybe like, what, an hour? It took us like maybe an hour, and we did stop a lot to switch the kids around. We were letting Isla walk, we were taking some pictures. There were a lot of tour groups. I would say we were one of the very, very few people in there. Very few. I could probably count on one hand the amount of people that did not have a tour guide. We saw, I think, like at least two different tour groups. Large groups, tour groups going through there. So it would have been nice to do that and get a little bit more info, because there were no signs anywhere telling you what things were other than little placards at the entrance saying it was the kitchen or it was a tunnel or what it was. That was the only information that we had. But guided tours just don't really work with us and the kids, because maybe the baby will behave, but there's no way Isla's gonna stand around while someone just talks about things she doesn't care about. At least if we're doing it on our own, we can go at our own pace, and if she wants to just keep walking, then we just keep going, rather than make her stand there and listen to a tour group when she's antsy and wanting to look around. So just easier for us. to look up whatever information we want on Google, either before or after, and just explore things at our own pace and not really spend the money on the tour when we might not even get all the information because we're chasing Isla around. But one of a kind place, definitely recommend. If you want to do it with little kids, then by all means go ahead, but just know that it's really narrow, really tight spaces. If you're claustrophobic at all, there's no way you could do it. There's even a sign at the entrance that if you have high blood pressure, if you have asthma, or other heart disease, something like that, not to go inside. So something to consider if you're planning on going. We didn't see any other kids at all, so you know, if you want to do it, then do it, but just know it's not easy.
Just consider the consideration of
take a look at the video and see for yourself. We had a pretty hard time. I'm glad we did it though.
It's really amazing. There's like questions you have, like this underground city. Well, how are they getting air through? Well, they built a ventilation duct all the way through so that they could continue to get that air. Obviously, they would die.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool down there too, so
cool.
You could definitely feel some kind of air coming in. Definitely a cool place. Check it out. Like I said, there's tons of underground cities in Cappadocia. I believe that we are planning on visiting one more of the popular ones. There's no way we're gonna see a whole bunch of them, especially at this pace. We were planning on doing another place today as well, but it's already 4:30 and we're 40 minutes away from the Airbnb. So dinner time's coming up, bath time for the kids. Our Airbnb's a mess right now. We have dishes to do, we have things to clean up. So there's just no way we can do a third thing today. So I think tomorrow we're gonna try to get up earlier, get out the door earlier, and try to catch up on some of these things because we have a very full itinerary for every day that we're here. We want to do as much as possible, but I do think we're going to hit one more underground city, but we may not, so don't hold me to that. Depends on how the days go, if we're making things up, because we were supposed to do this underground city yesterday, but we ended up running out of time, so just did it today. But it worked out because that means today we saw the highest point in Cappadocia and potentially the lowest point. So pretty cool that worked out. Did not plan that, but so I think we're gonna head back now, about 40-minute drive, and we'll get back at it tomorrow. So we'll see you next time.